Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of EduSankofa. I hope that you are having a wonderful day or evening or afternoon whenever you're watching this. So let's get into the video. So today it's going to be a little bit of a catching up with each other. Let's talk about what's going on this semester. Currently, it is September 2021. I have started my fourth year of my PhD program. So let me back up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my makeup while I talk to you, and we're going to just chat about how the year is going, what's happening in our little worlds, what's going on, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to do my makeup while I talk to you all, and let's get it going. This is an instant retouch primer from Fenty Beauty. And I'm just gonna do a real quick fast makeup as we talk today. So how are you all doing? Let's catch up. Y'all, I don't know how the semester has moved so quickly. I cannot believe that in a few days it will be October. And you know, the semester is on and popping. So how does it feel for you all? Like, is your semester kind of just moving by, whizzing by? Or do you feel that it's like super slow? Like, what's happening? Let's talk about it in the comments. So as you all know, I chronicle and talk about my experience as a PhD student. And actually, I'm now a PhD candidate. So there's that, very exciting. I am hustling. I'm out here working. I'm out here hustling. I am doing my assistantship. A lot of the tasks and projects that I'm working on for the faculty, the program that I'm working for, can be done online. And so a lot of my time is spent sitting at my desk and working from my laptop. So I enjoy that because I really enjoyed the working from home aspect of things, although there were things about obviously the last year plus that were a bit overkill, that was too much to deal with. But for the most part, I actually enjoyed like working from home. So this is one of my oldie but goodies, like little cheapy concealers from Nicka K in New York. I get these, I refill on these and a bunch of other things every time I go home. Every time I go home and I go to the hood, I go ahead and pick up a bunch of these. And these colors, the one I just put on is, the shade is copper, and the shade of the other one is coyote. I always pick up a few and then I go ahead and just kind of mess around with it and blend together my own custom shade. Because I like to do that because, you know, my skin, as all of our skins, typically looks different all the time. And depending on the season, depending on where you live, like your skin tone may be reflecting something else, right? And I am looking for my concealer, one of my concealers actually, in my little purse, and it's not here. That's okay, I have so many others. So, any capacity, let me get back to the story. So I just went ahead and put that one on. I'm gonna follow up with a little bit of this NARS in walnut. It's a medium dark 2.6 walnut. I love these creamy ones, they're so good. It's a little baby one. I love this little baby size. I need to get another one. But I may do with what I have until I have more. So anyway, y'all, I'm in year 4, and I cannot believe it. Like, where does the time go? This year, there's so much on my plate, so much that I'm like responsible for. I am, you know, working against really aggressive timelines. I am working towards getting things on and popping as far as like the job search. There's also things regarding like my dissertation research, all of that good stuff. So there's never really a dull moment. This is also one, this is NYX, this is in Deep Cool, and TJR70W. This is just a basic concealer, and it's more closely aligned to my skin color. So I just kind of like to plop a little bit on, and I actually have a meeting in another 25 minutes or so with one of my bosses from one of my jobs. So I figured I might as well do a little bit of makeup while I go ahead and talk to you all, because I'm really trying to stay on my grind and film videos like I said I would. So I like to warm it up a little bit. It's like a little bit of a golden color, which I like. In the summer, I tend to be more reddish, golden, and otherwise I'm more of a like yellow, golden, green, golden undertone. So we doing all that. So yeah. So my gosh, you guys. And I do all kinds of stuff with my things, with my brushes. And I don't know where I put my concealer, where I put my other brush. Oh, there it is. Boom. So there we go. Because I was like about to use the powder one, and I don't want to do that. I'm gonna use this little flat one right here, and I'm just gonna blend this bad boy all together. So anyway, y'all, for real, the year is going by so fast. I'm gonna poke myself in the eye. The year is going by so bloody fast. I can't believe that it's almost over. What else is happening? I am, doing revisions for my, for my project, for my study. If you're a PhD student, you know all about IRB, you know what that means, those 3 letters, IRB, what they mean, and institutional research and support, you know what those folks are all about. And so when you submit your IRB, basically you're submitting all of the information for how you plan on carrying out your study, all of the details, questions that you may be asking if you're doing interviews, things of that nature. You're submitting it to the Office of Institutional Research. And what they typically do, one thing that they do a lot of things, but one thing that IRB does is go through everyone's submissions that sends them in and kind of determines if there are any liabilities to the institution itself. So it's not really about like, oh, does your research study save the world? Or does your research study say something that's never been said before? It's really so much about like, is this project going to have our institution potentially be sued, be named in a lawsuit, and will we get in trouble if we approve this and something goes horribly awry? So joy of joys, everyone deals with IRB, everyone loves it, maybe not, sarcasm. And we out here. Your girl is out here. This is maybe my 4th or 5th run with IRB, my experience with them typically. I've had experience with them in my master's program, and that was the first study I did on my own research study, and had to deal with IRB and submitting things. And of course, every time you submit something to IRB, you learn something more. And so for me, I have picked up quite a few things that, make sense to me with IRB. So, that might be something to go into in a future video. So if you are interested in hearing me talk about IRB a little bit more and that process, please leave it in the comments, IRB. So anyway, I'm out here, I got my, IRB responded to me, and I'm pretty much working on that. And once I get the green light, you are all set to go, and your research project is approved, and you can make it happen. You can make things happen. Excuse me. You can make things happen. So there's that. I have all of my materials for recruiting set up. I have my e-flyers, I have my protocol, my questions for my actual interview with potential participants in the future. I have all of the things I need to set up my online survey. I've got everything in place. And now I've just got to make a few revisions and submit it back into them. So that's happening. That's kind of exciting. Once I get the green light and go ahead and start interviewing folks, and I'm really excited about that. I love interviewing people. I love data collection. I love data analysis. It's really exciting. Always something fun happening there. And next things regarding what else is going on. I have an assistantship, and that was really something that I thought a lot about this summer if I wanted to continue my fourth year with an assistantship. I have an assistantship, and in my assistantship, I do a lot of really broad ranging things. Week to week, I may be touching a proposal for a grant and supporting, the faculty in writing that and editing that. I may also be working on like recruitment things and info sessions for our, graduate programs. I may be working on social media for an academic center in my college. Any number of things are what I'm doing. And it's really exciting because I like to do a lot of things. I don't like to be bored. And I get to see another lens of, the College of Ed at my university. I get to see another side of my academic program. And for a person like me who is a higher ed nerd, this is really exciting. So I'm about to go ahead and put on a little bit of this matte and poreless foundation from Fit. Who's this? This is Maybelline Fit. And this is the shade 360 Mocha. Side note, I often, like if I'm not home in the city, if I don't go back home, depending on what university I'm at or like where I am in the middle of nowhere, I just go ahead and I go on Amazon and I order a few things for myself. And pretty much I order makeup that I've never tried before because I know that, if I hear a name of a shade, I can pretty much determine it will work for me or not. So I get a couple of things, I just order them on Amazon, and they usually are in this widespread range of golden browns and yellows and earth tones and reds and oranges. And then I just go ahead and create my palette on my face. So I would suggest that you, know what your colors are and know exactly the shades and the brand. But for me, having been a professional makeup artist for close to 15 years, if not over 15 years, then I just kind of go with it because I know I'm going to put this stuff together and it's going to look good regardless. So I will work on having a little bit different setup next time with lighting, but you will get an idea of what I'm doing here just to even out my skin tone. So yeah, so I have a great assistantship that allows me to do a lot of different things. And because I'm a higher education nerd and a geek, I really like to have my hands in a lot of things. There's never really one dull moment. Every week requires me to do something else and to touch something else. So that's really fun. I also, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more of this under my eyebrow here. I mean, my eyebrow for sure, but also right here. This is the next color, which is Coyote. And you just squeeze a little bit. It's kind of like that YSL one. What was it? Clé no, Touche Éclat. I'm sorry. Clé is another brand, but Touche Éclat, which is the little pen that they have that you can use to highlight. It's not really a concealer or anything, but it's a nice thing to just brighten up. And as a doctoral student, as a PhD candidate, as a grad student, sleep is something that at times evades us. And I like to just go ahead and supplement that with a little something on my face, right? So I know that this looks vastly different from my actual skin tone, but it's okay because I'm gonna warm it all up. So yeah, so I'm doing that. I have my assistantship. So I sit at my computer for inordinate amounts of time every single day. One thing that I'm going to invest in is a pillow, is a different cushion pillow to help my posture when I'm sitting and working on my laptop, because that is necessary for this. And so I am also working on dissertation writing, like pre-dissertation writing, which is really all around my proposal and things of that nature. I'm doing quite a few things at once, so it kind of sounds jumbled, but I really like the way that I'm working. It is not, it's linear in the sense that one step must come before the other step. Like you don't do your proposal, you don't do your dissertation before doing your proposal. Like you do them in an order. However, in my case, in my scenario, I'm doing certain things at similar times and they toggle over each other at one point or another. So that's really exciting. My academic advisor is super awesome. My dissertation chair is my academic advisor. And so because of that, we talk. We talk every week. We discuss the direction of my work. We discuss new ideas. We discuss the job market. We discuss, my resume or my CV or my cover letters. We discuss a lot of things, y'all. I'm going ahead with a little bit of a loose powder. This is Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder in banana, basically. It's like, I want to say it's like a knockoff of the banana, like the Ben Nye, but if you know, you know. So I'm going to just dust a bit under here, and that's going to be way fine, and it's going to be way too much. And that's all right by me, because I'm going to like brush this stuff away. So anyway, I am working on that stuff. Also thinking about what a graduation will look like, which is always exciting. I find that for me, when I'm closer to the end of something like a degree, I get a little bit of senioritis. Like, I'm not going to front y'all. Senioritis continues on to grad school. It absolutely does. And for me, I have it for a little bit and then I pick myself up out of it. And then I remind myself what my goals are, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And also, I allow myself a little bit of cheat time to play. And then I just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? So that's where I am right now. Like I said, I am anticipating graduating in May of 2022, and we will see what happens, because anything can happen when you are an advanced doctoral student, when you're past candidacy, and you're working on the remainder of your program. Clearly, I am closer to the end than I am to the beginning. So life happens. We're still living in a panorama, and anything can happen. So speaking of this panini panorama situation that we're still living in, which is horrendous and just something that we'll never forget for the rest of our lives, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and a colleague, and I said, I don't know what I would have done had I had an inkling or thought that I'd be doing like half of my PhD program while living in a global pandemic. I may have, waited, like any number of things. But of course, we cannot tell the future. We don't know what's going to happen in front of us. So we just do the best we can every day, right? I am going ahead and I'm going to dust that off in a minute. But before I do that, I'm going to let that sit. And I'm going to go ahead with this Glow Powder by Revolution Glow. It's the Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer in Deep. And I love it because it's so big. It's so big and it's got a really nice color. And I love a big palette and I love a big mirror. So as to not have everybody in my business, I'm just going to put this here so I can see it and try not to put too much on the brush. So this is just a cheapy little brush I got from somewhere. Whoop, and I did put too much in the brush. That's okay, because I'm going to buff that bad boy out. I'm going to buff it out. It happens sometimes. I started like right here, and that's like a real time mistake. It happens. All you got to do is buff that bad boy out, and you can then soften it out, kind of blow it out with other powder products, or like a rose water spray, or a spray to kind of like a setting spray. So I'm not nervous. I'm just gonna buff it, buff it, buff it out. And when I'm on video, like, see, I did it again. When I'm on video, like, you tend to sometimes get washed out by lights. So you want more lighting, you know? And so for me, I go a little heavier with it because I don't want to look like a ghost on camera. Okay. That's not the look I'm going for in any capacity. So, like I said, you know, writing a PhD, enduring a PhD program, thriving in a PhD program, learning all the ins and outs of being a researcher, getting this deep, deep training that you will use for the rest of your career if you stay in this world of academics and other related fields is definitely a novel thing. Sometimes I have to remind myself that I am actually still in the game, right? I have to remind myself that I'm still in the game, that I'm still out here pushing along. And because I am, I deserve to be a little bit gentler on myself in the process and to not beat up on myself as much as I normally do. I don't strive for perfection in my writing and in my drafts and things that I turn into my advisor, but I do strive for progress. And I like to see progress in my work. Sometimes I don't see it, sometimes I do. And progress looks very different all of the time. And progress looks very different for everyone. And also, progress looks really different if you are, depending on what you're measuring success by, depending on what you want to achieve, it's all going to be different. So I'm just going ahead and I'm buffing this bad boy out. And I'm also not afraid of blush. I love rouge. And so because I love rouge, I love bronzer. And I am a big bronzer girl. So that's what she's doing right now. You guys, I got a lot going on. I'm out here putting lights together, looking at academic jobs for next year, looking to see what people are hiring for, what they're not hiring for. Like, you know, if you're in the game and you're out here and you're killing it and you're doing it, taking it day by day, give yourself a round of applause because none of this is easy. All of it is challenging. And if getting an advanced degree was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? And it's not. And that's why everyone is not doing it. So right now, I'm just kind of dusting off whatever excess I put here. And I'm doing that for both sides and doing this like U thing like this. Now, it looks like I'm doing it really rough, but I'm not because this brush is so soft. It's like the softest brush. And that's what I'm doing. And it further sets in that fine powder under the eye. I know everyone has a different opinion of powder under the eye. I don't mind it because I like my stuff to stay. I like it to stay put, so I don't mind the little powder. Like, it's gonna do what it do, right? I'm also just going over and buffing. I'm not putting any more product on. I'm literally buffing everything. And that's what I'm doing right now. So my thing is when I know I have a long day of meetings or a long day of like things happening that I gotta be present for or like virtually, I do a little light beat. And I figured I would take you all along with me on the journey and film myself catching you up on what's going on in my semester with my light beat. So I also, I'm gonna put a little bit of powder after, like a face powder. But right now I'm gonna go in with this Fenty Beauty, the Kilowatt Oil duo with Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset. So yeah, like it's really hard, y'all. I'm going in with this beautiful, beautiful orange shade. Look at that, amazing. Because I love to be warm. And You can never go wrong with it. You never put too much on. And so, yeah, like doing an advanced degree in this global pandemic is really challenging. I would say one of the most challenging things is staying motivated. When there's so many things pulling at you, we seem to be living in a never-ending loop of doom and gloom. How do you protect your like sanity? How do you actually protect your peace of mind? How do you keep yourself in the game so that you don't just start doom scrolling? Earlier in the panorama, I was doom scrolling really heavily, going with that pink, and you can see that I picked up a bunch of color because you see on the brush. Yeah, so I was doom scrolling on Twitter all the time. It was like I couldn't get away from the doom scrolling. I was so obsessed with knowing everything that was going on, getting every real-time update of everyone on Twitter, my entire timeline, and then I would try to go to sleep. And surprise, surprise, I couldn't fall asleep. Y'all, I couldn't fall asleep because I had all that doom and gloom in my psyche. And, you know, it's very unsettling for me. That's not the same for everyone. I'm not out here telling you what your life is like, but for me, I'm over the doom scrolling. So I had to limit a lot of, this is just a Studio Fix powder and like a NC50. I just like dust a little bit over. I had to limit what I was looking at. I had to limit who I follow. Like I have a lot of really important people in my life that I do not follow on social media because I don't like what they post. I don't want to see their content, or I just don't want to engage with them socially. I'd rather engage with them in real time, in real life. And I'm okay with that. Now, I'm looking for another palette that I cannot get my hands on right now, so I'm going to move on and put something else on. So when I turn these lights down, it's all going to be like a nice buttery brown, which is what I am going for. Trying to think about what I'm going to do next. I am going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do some lips real quick. And I got this, I got that, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da. I'm gonna do some lips real quick and we're gonna get it moving. So this is a lip liner that I like. It's a Old Faithful color. Like this color works with everything for me. It's a MAC lip liner, lip pencil, and barbecue. And I hoarded so many of these lip liners that I just bought so many. And obviously, I think MAC is now making mechanical lip pencils. I don't know. But I bought so many of these because I never wanted to run out. And at one point, when I worked for MAC, and when I left my position at MAC, I just took advantage of the discount that I received as a staff member, and I bought a lot. So I like to shade my lips on the side of the pencil. And I like to create a soft definition. Anyway, so yeah, you guys. So this semester is doing a lot. This semester got a lot going on. This semester is not, this is just like a cheap 99-cent lipstick. I like it because it's nude, as you can see the color, right? And I'm just doing it in the center here. I like that. So what I'm going to do next is put a little bit of some lip gloss over that because I want it to warm up a little bit more. And because I'm obsessed with Fenty Beauty, I always have some kind of Fenty on me at all times. So yeah, you guys, who else? What are you all doing to like keep yourself in good spirits and also keep your work going during this panorama? This is the color called Fussy. I love it. It smells so good. It smells so good. And then when that wears down, as the gloss, eventually does, I've still got a little bit of a nude color underneath. I'm going to add an eyeliner on. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. I was like looking for this palette, and I was like, I knew I took it out. This is also a Revolutionary Beauty thing. And I like this one because it has like a really fun blush that I like. So because I love blush, I love rouge, I'm just gonna go ahead and just plop a little bit on, because I love to see Black women looking flushed and happy and pretty and glowy. And that is my thing. The world is hard enough. We've got enough on our plates. And I think we deserve to look and feel amazing. And I'm all here for, some version of therapy in the way that we look, in the way that we present ourselves to the world. So, y'all, I don't know what I did with my eyeliner, my eyebrow pencil. That is tragic. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is quickly, I'm going to do something that I would never recommend you do, but I do because it's my makeup. I'm the only person using it. Like, I don't really care about all the other stuff. Like, I was a professional in this field for a long time, so I kind of just break the rules and do my own thing. And I am just going to take this pencil and just draw a little bit, and then I'm gonna blend that bad boy out. I'm just edging the bottom of the brow because I want it to have some sort of a shape. And when you're on video, nobody's going to be able to tell what is going on with your brow. So somehow this has turned into an all-together makeup tutorial. But, we're grads. We have to appear on video sometime. You want to look your best. Brows are not twins. They're never going to be twins, but they may be cousins or they may be siblings. So that is what's going on with that. And yeah, so you guys, this was just like a really quick touch base, and I'm gonna put some, I'm gonna soften that. But I would usually put like some eyeliner on, and I'm gonna go ahead with a little bit of the concealer again. I can use a little bit of this NW40 Studio Finish Concealer with SPF 35 on it underneath the brow to kind of clean that up a little bit. That's what I'm going to do next. And just sharpen it so it looks really purposeful on camera. So yeah, you guys, that's what's going on. Pray for your girl out here. I am still making it do what it do. I am out here working really hard, striving for that goal of being Dr. Edu Sankofa. And we out here making it do what it do. Working 2 jobs right now. And I'm also have a fairly full social life. I also am active in service and other parts of being a young scholar in training. And I'm preparing for my first in-person conference since 2019. And that's coming up in another maybe 6 weeks or 7 weeks. That is going to be another thing because I'm going and we will see what happens. And I have pretty much been doing virtual conferencing for all of 2020 and 2021. So I think I'll take you guys along with me when I go and do that conference. I think I'll take you. It'll be exciting. I might vlog more. I might vlog then. So I'm just going to put some hoops on. And of course, my locks do what they want. And yeah, you guys, please leave comments in the chat as to how you're handling this panorama in grad school. I'd love to know, how are you taking care of yourself? Are there any particular methods that you have put in place to balance yourself out, to give yourself time to breathe, to enjoy life, to enjoy the world, while you're also working under these really unprecedented circumstances? This is one of my secrets. White tea and sage Bath and Body Works. I discovered that and I can't do without it. So, yeah, I'm getting on this video in a few minutes. No one's going to smell me because no one is here with me, but I like to feel good when I show up to Zoom meetings and I have things to do virtually. So it don't matter what they, see. It matters what I feel and what I see and how I feel going into calls. So that is it. I will talk to you all later. I know this was just me kind of rambling, filling you in on what's going on with me and my semester, but keep your head in the books, keep focused, y'all. We can do this. We're making it happen. And I will see you all on the next video for Edu Sankofa. You can see something coming up in October. I think I will get a little bit more into what I use for my setup, or what are my must-haves as I'm working through like a typical work day, where it's schoolwork, academic work, and then work for the, the jobs that pay my bills, right? So I will fill you all in on that later. I may make another video on being neurodiverse in the academy, which I am. And also, peace out. See you guys later. Don't forget to comment, to like, to share, and please subscribe. I hope you're doing well as always, and I'll see y'all on the other side.